In thinking up video topics for the 2025 NHL offseason, I stumbled across two different facts. Number one, it's the fact that New York Islanders content actually pops off pretty hard on this YouTube channel. Y'all are excited for your hockey team, and y'all are making it work. Plus, it's really fun to talk about, so bonus, win-win for everybody. And secondly, it's the fact that one of my most popular series on this YouTube channel, in the past at least, was the 1 Year Later series, where we would take a look at NHL prospects drafted 1 year ago. This happens to be season 1 of 1 Year Later. In 2020, we took a look at guys drafted in 2019. And this was a really great series of videos. We had talked about prospects a year ago. We talked about where they had went since then. They were long-form commentaries. We dove deep into what these prospects were, what they could have been. The series was kind of up and down over the course of the next few years. Some of these videos got a lot of views, others got very little. And then as the videos continued to bolster up the series over the next few years, I just kind of got lazy and stopped making them. Really, there's no excuse for me, I'm just kind of a POS at that. But we still have prospects from the 2024 NHL Entry Draft that we can make videos about. And we actually did make one 1 year later already this season. It was for Ivan Demidov, but that was a while ago. So I wanted to reopen the 1 year later conversation today by heading over to the New York Islanders and the guy that they ended up taking with their first round pick, 20th overall in the 2024 draft. You're looking at him on the screen right here. It is none other than Cole Eiserman. Now, this can be sort of the replacement, I guess, for the why I wants, because we didn't do those throughout the course of the 24-25 campaign. Prospect talk has been kind of waning on this channel, and I'll admit that's my fault entirely. I just kind of think that there are a lot of other people that make really deep and intricate, in-depth scouting report videos that I could not match, and so I didn't really want to compete with that. But Cole Eiserman is a really fun topic for New York Islanders fans, because he's 18 years old, from Newburyport, Massachusetts, just like John Cena is. He's 6 feet, 196, a left-handed left-wing guy, and he is a heavy shooter, offensive forward, and a sniper. The interesting thing that you will note about Cole Eiserman is the fact that he was taken 20th overall. In a way, you can say the Islanders stole this guy. Because if you scroll down and you take a look at to where he was supposed to be drafted, I mean, some scouting outlets had Cole Eiserman as a 5th overall caliber asset. He was ranked 14th by ISS, Bob McKenzie, 15th by McKeen's, 11th by Future Considerations, 13th by Elite Prospects. The fact that this guy went 20 was already a pretty big steal in and of itself. It's like the Islanders said, hey, let's just take a look at the guys that are supposed to go higher and take whomever it is slipped. They did that with Victor Eklund this year. They did that with Cole Eiserman last year. If you read the scouting report, you'll see here, Eiserman has an automatic release that can fire off the pass from any physical position and any corner of the offensive zone. His game also has a physical dimension that often goes unappreciated. Eiserman is willing to dish and take physical punishment at the net front and muscles opponents off of loose pucks for rebound opportunities if that's what it takes to get on the score sheet. Then you have yourselves the Cole Eiserman scouting report from Elite Prospects that say that this guy has shades of Phil Kessel and Max Pacioretty. He was labeled by Elite Prospects as the draft's top goal scorer, with elite instincts and off-the-pass shooting skill, but still a player who needs to develop the rest of his game to achieve his full upside. There were some concerns about his mobility, his puck handling, as well as his decision-making at times. But when it comes to the pure, raw, hard talent on what made Eiserman click, make no mistake about it, it's that 58-goal sample he had in 57 games with the NTDP, and 10 points and 9 goals in 7 games at the U18s that provided all the value for Eiserman as a prospect in the NHL. In fact, if we go over to the NTDP's history books, we will see that Cole Eiserman had one of the seasons for the ages here Not only was he the 12th most productive NTDP U18 season ever, but if you look at just the goals, oh my gosh, this guy was only outgoaled by Cole Caulfield. And Caulfield did so in 7 more games. Do the math on that. Okay, Caulfield was way over a goal a game, 72 goals in 64 games, plus he had Jack Hughes feeding him left, right, and center. But Cole Eiserman, 17 years old, just over a goal a game here, higher goal per game number than Austin Matthews at the same age, higher goal per game number than Phil Kessel at the same age, higher goals per game than Matthew Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, Clayton Keller, Patrick Kane, Jack Hughes. I mean, literally only Caulfield went out there and outgoaled Cole Eiserman. And I say outgoaled because the points, it's actually kind of similar if you do the per game rank there. There were a few guys that went out there and scored a lot more goals than Eiserman, or more points, than Eiserman, but he had such a crazy draft season that a lot of folks were going out there and saying, yeah, he could be a top 20 talent. He's a top 15 guy. Craig Button said he was a top 5 guy, but he went 20th. And he's now ruminating in the Islanders system and the Boston University system, because this previous year, Eiserman played with BU. He had 25 goals in 39 games and 36 total points. So he was under a point per game, but he was at 25 goals in 39 games. BU didn't really have the best diversity in terms of their points. They had a lot of guys at the top of the lineup getting all of the production there. Eiserman was a part of that, but just taking a look at it in general, I mean, they only had 2 point per game guys in Quinn Hudson and Cole Hudson. So next year, I would say there's probably a bigger chance for Cole Eiserman to get a higher spot in the lineup and thus get more production. It's really dependent on how he's able to translate. But 25 goals still leading the team in goals, that's no easy feat. And if you compare Cole Eiserman to the numbers of NCAA guys over the past few years, let's just take a look at the past 15 years worth of NCAA play. Out of 18-year-old players, Cole Eiserman had more goals than some of the very good ones, like Logan Cooley, Clayton Keller, Johnny Gaudreau, Newhook, Caulfield, McGroarty, Jaden Schwartz. I mean, Cole Eiserman outgoaled all of these guys. You cannot say the same thing about the points, because, look, out of all of these top 18 guys, the only one with under a point per game was Cole Eiserman. So I think that is cause for concern here. We always knew he was a primary goal-scoring prospect, but that really did put itself on display in the NCAA this recent season. He was a goal-scoring machine, though, and I think that definitely should be taken into account. Now, as for how he actually played verbally, let's go over onto Dobber Prospects and read their scouting report for Cole Eiserman. Sebastian High has the main report from February 2025, and here is the write-up posted by William Langstaff. This was from that same time frame. For the New York Islanders' first-round selection in 2024, the World Junior Championship ended in elation. Cole Eiserman won gold with the U.S. in his first juniors tournament and helped the USA win their first ever back-to-back gold medals. Eiserman took on a slightly smaller role than he is used to, spending most of the tournament as the 13th forward, but he embraced the role and chipped in with a few critical goals. He finished the tournament with 7 points in 7 games despite his decreased role with the team. Since returning from the World Juniors, Eiserman has produced plenty well. In his second game back, he recorded a hat trick and 4 points, and has since added 3 more goals in 3 other games. There is no doubt that Eiserman is the real deal offensively, and he creates opportunities by moving his feet, driving the net, and of course, with his incredible shot. He still has some work to do on his defensive and transition game. Still, with just under the point-per-game pace with Boston University in his freshman year, there are many positives for Islanders fans and fantasy managers. And finally, to wrap up this 1 year later, let's go over on to a post made by Sam Rob O'Hagan, who charted Cole Eiserman's goals at BU this season. He was expecting some significant trends, especially with one-timers in the right circle, but it's all pretty spread out. All kinds of shots from all kinds of areas of the ice to all parts of the goals. Take a look at this. Goal totals for Cole Eiserman. He had 25 goals, and out of these shot types, 7 of them were one-timers, 11 of them were wristers, 3 were backhands, 1 was a snapshot, 3 were net front. He was all over the ice from where he was shooting, and he was going everywhere on the goalie. Make no mistake about it, This guy is a top goal-scoring prospect, and Islanders fans better be excited for what Cole Eiserman is going to bring, not just to BU next year, but to Long Island long-term. With that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Cole Eiserman and his profile 1 year after being drafted? And do you think he is an Islanders steal at 20th overall 1 year after the draft? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.